Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday, May the 20th. My name is Miriam Kareem, and I am excited to welcome you all to our Tuesday edition of our leadership call. Our teacher tonight is Coach Will Zanders. Amazing teacher. Always has great insight on how to build your business. But first, a quick trip to the newbie corner. So one of the things that I noticed about myself was that I was just doing things in my business just enough to get by. And that's not good. If you want to be successful, and this is just my personal, um, I guess my personal thing that I notice when I push myself and I do more than just to get by, of course, you're going to do better. So don't do just enough to get by. Don't do just enough to hold this rank or just enough to get this amount of money. Always try to be better, because once you be better, you do better, and you fall back a little bit, you're going to automatically kind of feel a little disappointed in yourself. Say, man, I could have did better. Man, I know I can do. It's like you already know what you're capable of. So always push to do just a little bit better than the day before. So that's my quick tip. And now I'd like to introduce you all to our teacher tonight, Coach Will Zanders. He is a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing world and in the green organics companies, and our first six-figure earner over at Goldesana. An amazing teacher, knows 100% how to get you to where you want to be in your business. So, Coach Will Zanders, are you available, sir?
Miriam, I am here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that kind introduction. Thank you. And thank you, Coach Marcus, for putting this call together. And as always, I don't know how it works, but that's Miriam for you. Whenever she does the newbie corner, I get like the thought, like, oh man, that makes so much sense. Let's talk about that a little bit before we dive into the training. And one of the things I want to say when she was talking, well, thank you. I got this hat at Axtorm World Championships. They was giving out free swag and hats and things, and I was like, I like the pink camo. I'm confident in my masculinity. I like the pink digi camo. I can rock that until I get a haircut anyway. So what ends up happening is I was talking to a guy earlier, and he bought some products, and he was considering the business, but it was really just a customer order for the black seed oil. He saw a black seed oil video, loves that, and the Protector laundry detergent. I recommended that to him as well. So man, you're gonna love it. I actually had some pants. A true story. I had some pants that are some gray sweatpants that I wear to like paint stuff and do house projects, and they're stained irrevocably bad, like purple paint. They're just stained terribly bad, right? And I've had these for years. And MJ was like, "Will, you had those pants for like 2 or 3 years." I'm like, "Okay," but I just happened to throw them in the wash, excuse me, and I just happened to use was using the Protector, and I think I did like a Kappa Protector and a Kappa Deep Green. I like to mix the fragrances and stuff. And would you believe I couldn't even find the pants because the stain, the paint stains that are on these pants were gone. And I had to ask. I said, "Is this the same pants? Because this cannot possibly be the same pants." It is the same pants. I didn't put no stain remove. I didn't spray it with nothing. These are my favorite already stained household work pants. And well, I don't know. We might have the greatest laundry detergent of all time. I was so excited. I just had to tell that story. That was like yesterday. Now, and I wanted to tell it on Coach Marcus's testimonial call yesterday, but there were so many testimonials. It's the only call, that Monday night call at 7 o'clock Central. It is the only call that I have ever been on in the history of network marketing when you can have people from all around the world sharing testimonials about products, not income, about product testimonials. And the call goes an hour, and we got like Coach Marcus has to stop it. He's like, "All right, we got to stop at the testimonial because we're at the end of the hour." It has never been a time when it hadn't been at least an hour's worth of fresh, brand new testimonials. Tiara Moore's mother Miss Jackie. Miss Jackie was on yesterday in that call. Yeah, Rhonda was there too. Miss Jackie was on that call yesterday. And if y'all were there for Tiara's mother, that delightful young lady, to share her testimonials on these products and for her father as well. Okay, so Tiara's grandfather, we heard about his testimonials from Miss Jackie. If you do not understand the value of sharing these products with people that you care about, it's amazing to me. So if your income isn't even remotely what you want it to be, and you're struggling with sharing products or selling products, I'm gonna tell you it's because we don't sell products here in a traditional sense, as myself and Coach Marcus are so fond of saying. We share products we believe in with people that we care about. So if you're not getting any products into the marketplace, be it samples or otherwise, selling traditionally or samples, or if you're not getting products into the marketplace, it's because either A, you don't believe in the products. I mean, you can fix that. Just use the products, use more products, develop your own testimonial, okay? Or there just aren't people, or you do believe in the products and you're still not getting any product into the marketplace. It's because you believe in the products, but there is no one in your life that you care about enough to improve their life or bless their health with that. So that being said, Coach Marcus, is it possible for you to drop that recording for yesterday's call in the chat? If we have less than 100 people on that call next Monday, I'm gonna be shocked because it's that good. I'm gonna start calling it Miss Jackie's call because I immediately wanted the recording to send to a whole new group of people that I know because they need that information. And Miss Jackie is not paid, but she is not a rep. That is just Tiara's mom, and she gave that fire. She gave that truth about the products. Yes, it was amazing. So, all right. That being said, so what Miriam was talking about was pushing forward and not going backwards. I was talking to a gentleman today who got some products and he was thinking about doing a business. He said, "Man, I think I can do this business." And I said, "Well, great." And he said, I'm gonna give it like 6 months. I'm gonna give it 6 months and I'm gonna see what it do." And I was like, "Oh, okay. You don't need to do the business yet." No. He said, "Why not? I've been in network marketing before." You need to just use the products, fall in love with the products, and let the products fall in love with you the same way it has for so many others. You don't need to build the business yet, because if your mindset is, I'm gonna do it for 6 months, or I'm gonna do, even if it was 9 months, but he said 6 months, I'm gonna do it for 6 months and see what happens. This is a profession, and people make hundreds, people make thousands, some people make hundreds of thousands, others make millions. I like to liken it to the NBA for everybody. You don't have to be tall to do this business, but you can make millions of dollars. Okay? That's a profession. And it would sound ridiculous if I was a, you know, person just starting out playing basketball and I told my basketball coach, "I'm gonna give this 6 months and I'm gonna see what it do. I think I can make the NBA and make that type of money. I'm gonna play basketball and practice every day. Coach, I'm gonna give it everything I got for 6 months." You really think you are going to go into any profession in the world and you are going to make that type of money in 6 months? That's crazy. That's just, it's, people don't say that about the NFL. Nobody would say anything that's stupid. I'm going to play football for 6 months and just see what happens. What? I'm going to make it to the NFL. I'm going to make that type of money, but I'm going to play hard all out 6 months. It's the same thing with network marketing. So luckily for him, he did get started with the products. He did take my advice to not try to build the business right now. He was going to fail miserably, and that's what it is. So that being said, I'd like to tie that in with what Miriam was talking about, because starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping is worse than not starting at all. You may as well just wait until you're ready to go all out and get it done. And speaking of getting it done, I want to give a shout out, huge shout out, and congratulations to Dr. Dorothy Ridgway James, Eileen Cohn Reichman, Lynette and Derek Jamat, Miriam Karim, Myrtle Ross out of Texas, Rhonda Peterson in the building, Richard Fritzler, Tiara Moore, Coach Marcus Jones, and came at midnight hour, almost missed it, Gina Wilson. I want to congratulate them for all taking the 200 CV product challenge. They did amazing. Those 12 or 13 individuals completed it. We had a private training session last night, and if any of you are on this call, and you please rank the private training session we had last night on the scale of 1 to 10 as far as the impact it had on your life and your business. And regardless, and if you don't think it was a 10, don't put a 10. If you think it was a 9, put a 9. But you put what you think it was in the chat. And if anybody puts a 9, that's okay. I'm doubling down tonight. I just got to go a little bit harder. And but we have another private training session for that group tonight. Thank you. They're saying 10 plus. I love that. But the best is yet to come. Richard said sensational 10. Fantastic. We got the second part of that. As soon as this call ends at 9 o'clock Central, I want to see you. 12 or so individuals. I want to see y'all on that special Zoom link that Coach created, and we'll do part 2 of the private training tonight. I'm excited to share with y'all. All right, so let's dive into it. I got a call last week. I got a text from some of our amazing, absolutely amazing individuals on our team, and they were asking me if they could come to Florida to hang out with me for a day and just kind of see my daily routine. All right. Now, my time is very, very valuable. I'm a very, very private person. And I had to politely decline, but I did tell them that, you know what, I will tell you my daily routine was today. So this will just give you some insight about the work that you can do if you want to continue to grow your business. And let me see, we got some questions in the chat, or do we have some congratulations in the chat? Let's see, we've got some recognition in the chat. I don't want to miss anything. Let's see, we got Karen in the building. Okay, Karen hit executive with HBN. Congratulations, Karen. I had a chance to meet Karen I think at our Orlando boot camp it was. I'm sure she'll be in Nashville with the rock star Sydney Brown and the Tenacious Tribe. Congratulations, Karen. Executive is the foundational rank with HBN. And if you can go executive and teach people how to go executive, you can explode your business. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So congratulations. That is the most important rank at HBN, for sure, for sure. So here's going to be just the sample of daily routine, and we'll get into some training after that. So this just happens to be today. So today I got up when I was tired of sleeping. So I don't know really what time that was. Might have been noon. Who knows? When you are retired and you're in control of your own time, you are not tied to an alarm clock for any boss ever again. That's one of the benefits of making what we call JSN money, or just say no money. If your boss tells you you got to be at work at 7:30 in the morning, you can just say no. They can fire you. So what? You don't need the money anyway. I want everybody to have that level of freedom. So I got up today when I felt like it. I took my products, which was really important. I listened to personal development, which was super, super important. I do that every single day. I have 2 or 3 different sets of headphones that I have because I want positive stuff always going into my mind. I fall asleep listening to personal development and brain waves and things of that nature. Around that same time, I made my first social media posts of the day. I ended up making 2 posts today, but they were in private, they were in groups. So, okay, so you know, I'm a huge fan of groups. I recommend that you get in groups about things that you want to do. And I made a post in this particular group, and it was a group on basketball and different basketball players and things, probably 80,000 people in this group. So people say, well, you never post on Facebook. We post all the time, but you get better results. I post. You don't see it a lot of times because I don't have a social media following like a Coach Kimberly Wilkins, for example, or Coach Tina Rose Huerman, for example, Alyssa Johnson. I don't have a social media following like that. I got like 10,000 followers, but I got like 5,000 Facebook friends, and the algorithm won't let them see my stuff. I'm not a social media rock star, so I have to make up for my lack of skill in numbers. So what I recommend people do is get into groups that you really, really like, big public groups. So I made a post, and here's a trick. I made a post in this particular basketball group, And it was a on purpose, it was a controversial post on purpose. I made a post that I agree with, but I knew a lot of people would not agree with it at all. And what do you think people do when you post something that they don't agree with? What do people do? I'll give you one guess. In the social media world we live in, what do people do when you make a post that they don't agree with? Oh, they comment. Oh, they stirred a pot. Now, for those of you who've attended our social media training in the past, you know that we taught you how to become monetized on social media. So I get paid when I post. Okay, I get paid when I post in social media groups. So what makes more sense? Should I make a post in my personal page, which I do from time to time, or should I make a page in a post that gives me access to 80,000 people? It just doesn't, because you can't have more than 5,000 friends. So I make the post, thousands and thousands of people see it, hundreds and at least 500 people commented on it so far. It's been shared over 100 times, and it was a controversial post, nothing crazy, but a controversial post on purpose. So I already got paid for that. So I got paid today from Facebook. Thanks, Mark Zuckerberg. And those checks come in, I think, every week or two or something like that, the direct deposits. But that's not the real value of making a post that 2,000 people comment on. Okay. I can now look at everybody who hearted the post. It's hundreds and hundreds of people, and I can reach out to them in Facebook Messenger. I can reach out to them in Messenger, and I know they're going to see my information. And like I did a couple of weeks ago, I taught you a script. When copy paste, whenever somebody hearts your post, when they say something positive on your post, or when you get a new follower, you should always have a copy and paste script ready to go so you can expose them to the business and see if they're open in the DMs. Okay. And that way you won't get banned from the groups. You don't want to get banned. So you make posts about the stuff that the group is about. So I did that. That was super cool. And later this evening, I'm going to go through at least 100 of those, and I'm going to make my list of 100 to 200 new people. They don't have to be people I know, but I'm going to make my list of 100 to 200 new people just from that group. And I can only message 40 or 50 of them a day, probably about 40, or Facebook will lock me out of my account. So I'm going to get 40 invites, tonight by dinner time, no matter what. That's how simple it can be to build your business. But I didn't stop there. Okay. That was only, that wasn't even noon. That wasn't even 1 o'clock by then. So I also booked in-person meetings in Florida in my local area on Wednesday and Thursday. So I have to see people in person tomorrow. People I already know. I'm going to see them tomorrow, and I'm going to show the plan in person. That's my favorite way to build a business. If the internet ever died, I can still go build a business in person because I know what I'm doing. I've done it so many times. So I went to the grocery store today. I had my button on, all right? I got a couple of stares, like 3 or 4 stares, but I didn't get anybody asking, and that's totally fine. I don't have a problem with that. But they knew I was open for business. Okay. So I did not get, sometimes you get people to talk to you about your button or your t-shirt. Sometimes you don't. So I did not get anybody from there. When I got home, on the way home, I didn't need gas, but I stopped at the gas station anyway. Why? Because I pull into the pump. I don't even get out the car. I take a drop card. I always keep at least 2 or 3 on me. I gotta look. I gotta keep that thing on me. And I take a drop card, $100 drop card, and I put it in the gas pump. Okay, so and then I drive off. The next person who pulls up at that gas pump is 100% going to see this little card. It looks like a $100 bill. They're going to pick it up. They never throw it away. What they might do is give it to a friend and try to prank them, but they're never going to throw it away. It's simply too cool. All right. And when they open up this little card, they're going to see my little message there, and they're going to see my website. All right. Now, one thing that I did this last week or two was upgrade my website. Well, what does that mean? Okay. I actually took the time to hire people to create a new website. And MJ was like, you've got to upgrade that website. So the website that people go to now that is mine, it is still linked to GoToSign and HBN and everything else, but it's just easier to navigate for people who are looking for a business. So I had a different website built. Is it free? No. Does it take time? Sure. Or you can pay somebody else to do it. That's totally fine. I just pay somebody to do it. And so what happens is they create this website, super, super cool. And now when people go to that GoDaddy domain name that I have, okay, they get a chance to see the business opportunity and the business opportunity videos, and the link they click will take them to the HBN or Go to Sign Up business opportunities, whatever one I select, because I can swap them in and out, okay? It's not going to have a lot of product information on there because it's business, all right? I have a separate website that is for products, okay? That is going to be my favorite HBN and Go to Sign Up products on one page. And it's easier for people to navigate it because I'm the type of person who makes the same type of product recommendations. So that's something that makes it more effective. I've gotten orders from that just in the last 2 weeks, and it makes sense. Okay, because one thing I will tell you about our HBN and Go to Sign Up websites, they're just fine. We've made millions of dollars with the Go to Sign and HBN websites as they are. You don't need to change them. Don't think you got to go do it because Will did it. But I do find that when I had a custom website built, I did get better engagement. It was stickier, like people stayed on it longer. I can look at the analytics, and they did buy products at a higher percentage or join at a higher percentage. I think because the website is just a little bit easier to navigate and it's not so busy. Okay, so that's the thing there. So I just did one drop card today, but so far between Facebook, my button, even though nobody bit today, and my drop card, that's going to be a ton of exposures already in just one day. But I booked 2 meetings for tomorrow and Thursday, but that's not all. Another thing that I did was I texted 3 leads today. Okay, so again, this is not something I recommend for anybody who is, relatively new. This is only at, but wait, there's more. This is not anything I recommend for anybody new. Why? Because this stuff costs money. All right, this is part of my marketing budget that I set aside at the beginning of every month. You have tithes, okay, offerings and charitable donations, marketing budget, bills. Okay, that's the order of stuff. My bills I don't even think about that until I've done the important stuff that keeps me right spiritually. Okay, and then also that feeds the business that feeds me and my family. Okay, so I texted 3 leads today. I got to go back on my phone after this call and see who responded. But typically 2 or 3 out of 10 will respond for information, and then maybe 1 out of 20 will join or buy. That is totally normal. Why? Because if I really was pushing for a new rank or was really looking to do something, I could always spend more on the online marketing side of things. And instead of 3 leads a day, I could text 5 or 10 or 20. All right. And that's text messages. Email's cool, but only about, in my personal experience, only about 4% of emails ever get opened, about 4%. 94% of text messages will get opened, 94%. Even if they don't respond, I don't really care. It's just a copy or paste script. So that's another 3 invites right there. So just understand total today, that is in-person appointments that are already booked, drop cards for local lead generation. I could drive around to every gas station and every mall and every Barnes and Noble and put a drop card in a book, as long as you're confident that you can actually answer the questions that people have when they contact you, you'll be good to go. All right. And I'm gonna probably get a workout in later and some other stuff. So just understand that is anywhere from 5 to 10 to 50 exposures that I'll have done today. And that's just part of the real work of network marketing. That's part of the real work, online plus offline and that type of stuff. Okay. Let me see if any questions in the chat about the daily routine, and all of that got done in like an hour. It might have been less. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So here's the crazy part. So this is a real funny part about it, that Tina said, man, imagine if one of those text messages bought me a Marcus Jones, right? It totally could. I've worked leads sometime. I've been working leads since 2016. I think I really got into leads. And but I only recommend it for professionals, top tier pros, because when you're new, you still got so many friends and family that don't even know what you do, honestly. You got neighbors that don't know what you do. You don't need that type of cold market stuff. And I remember my belief in leads went from here to here when I saw a name of a person I knew and already had their phone number come through in leads. And I was like, yo, okay, these are legit. All right. This is real people really reaching out for information and things of that nature. And there are some people, at least two or three right now I can think of offhand, that I've met personally now, that I recruited from leads, that have, they're not building a super big business. They'll have a little activity from time to time, but they have been on product orders with HBN and now GoDasana for no less than 3 to 4 years on the HBN side, and they've been getting products from GoDasana since the beginning, because we are able to email. I don't know if some of y'all might know this. You can email your entire organization from your back office. You can email your entire organization. So that you personally sponsored, not your whole organization, just your personally sponsored people, you can email them all at once. So that's something I did when I joined HBN. I had to make sure they all knew about GoDasana, and the fastest, most efficient way to do it was to email them all at one time, because they are used to getting emails from me. So they're part of that 4% of people that do open emails. Okay. So that's the daily routine. That's just one example of it. Tomorrow it'll be different, but just understand it doesn't take a long time to do. I did use a lot of tools today. I just happened to hit a good home run on social media today. Tomorrow could be totally different, but everybody has a number. And that's the formula that you really got to understand, is that there is a certain number of exposures. There's a certain number of exposures that if you have that number of exposures, a certain number of people will join. And out of those people who join, the rock stars will be there. They will develop, they will grow in your organization. And my last caveat, if someone joins me through a text message from a lead, I do not do the same type of new member orientation I do for a person who joins us in person or from social media. A person who joins you from a cold market lead, okay, that's 1 out of 20, 1 out of 50, something like that. When they join you, okay, the value is in teaching them that system, because that's what they have a subconscious belief in that works. They know that they picked up a drop card, or they know that they got a text message, and they know that they liked the website with the video they saw. It works a lot better when you teach them the system that worked on them. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. All right. But the thing I'm really most excited about is honestly, it's the meetings tomorrow. I'm an in-person meeting person. I remember Facebook crashed a couple of months ago. I think Facebook just shut down for a couple of hours, and I knew network marketers were losing their minds. They were going crazy. You know who wasn't losing their mind? Me. I ain't even care. You know who wasn't losing their mind? Charlotte Whitaker. She ain't even care. Tiara Moore probably didn't even care. All right, Coach Marcus didn't even care. Coach Marcus didn't even care. We talk to people in person so often. We don't knock social media. We just do both. Why not do both? If you can do both, and you'll get really good there. Now, when a new person does get sponsored, you'll have people who are ready to plug in and start building immediately. Other people won't, okay? They're going to incubate. They may end up becoming super customers. Let me tell you just some quick things you can have them do. Get them started kind of in a system so you can spend your personal time and work with the people who really want to go get it now. The people who aren't quite ready now, let me tell you 5 things that I recommend that you do with them. All right, you got to let them know that right out the gate, let them know that learning is required, even if it's making that $50 a week with either company, $200 a month, whatever you want to make. You want to get your products free, right? Let them know learning is required. Please, upfront, do not give them any misrepresentation. Please do not ever sell them a dream that is unfulfillable. Like you're gonna be rich in 6 months. Just join me. You're gonna make $3,000 a week, and you don't have to talk to anybody or go to meetings or read a book, or you don't have to even work. Just join me, and you'll make $3,000 a month. That is bull. It's bunk. That is what a lot of these companies do, though. It's crazy, but we see it all the time. Okay, you see it all the time. And a lot of network marketers who are looking for get rich quick will fall for that. They'll fall for that trash. Okay. Don't let your people do that. Tell them the truth up front. And the first thing I recommend that you do, other than letting them know that, hey, learning is required, hate to break it to you, is get them to make a list of their 20 reasons why. Why is that? Because one of the most important network marketing mindsets, okay, you know, we have 100 different network marketing mindsets we talk about all the time. One of the most important is, until you know why, the how doesn't matter. Until you know why you're building the business, how to build the business is irrelevant, because you're going to end up quitting if you don't have a strong mental and emotional reason to do the business and experience success anyway. So have them text you or write down and take a picture of it, a list of the top 20 reasons why they want to be successful. Okay. That also doubles as a leadership test. And you tell them you got 24 hours to turn this list in. If a person joins your business and they will not write down a list of what they want to have, do, be, achieve, or become, the car, the house, the vacations, the debt-free living, the freedom, to start a charity for people, or if they won't even give you that, do you really think they're going to do any of the real work that it takes to be successful in network marketing? If they won't even give you a Christmas list of things they want? No. That's a leadership test. Okay. The real reason why you're giving them that assignment is to see if they're even remotely coachable and teachable. Because if they're not, they're going to waste your time. And a lot of times, as network marketing, you know, coaches, leaders, trainers, and up and coming leaders like yourself, something like a lot of you, you're going to spend too much time working with the wrong people. And you don't want to spend the time working with the wrong people. Why be over here working with Joe Bob Jones, who won't even get on a call, when you should be spending your time with Francine out in Canada? Like, why? Why would you need a way to determine who's more serious? Francine is going to show you with her actions. Okay. So you get them a leadership test. Number one, you get that 20 reasons why list. Number two, you make sure that they're using at least 1 or 2 products a day. Whatever products they bought, make sure they're using them. Whatever, hey, what'd you think about the surface cleaner sprayer? What'd you think about the laundry detergent? What'd you think about the GLP-1 system? What'd you think about the Slimmer Pro? How's your appetite today? Okay. You want to make sure they got a list of why they even want to do the business. And you need that list. You need that. Okay. That's good information for you to have. You need to know their motivations. But number two, make sure that they're using the products on a daily basis. Number three, make sure, if they want to build a business, number three, make sure they are logging into the back office and doing what? Clicking on 3 links a day. I've never found a simpler assignment, which is also a leadership test, because you can see in your back office, if and when's the last time people logged in. If you were clicking on 3 links a day, you know that. So if a person's not logged in for 3-4 days in a row, that should tell you a lot. That should tell you a lot. Okay. And I'm gonna give you some tools too in a minute. So just understand that giving them an assignment of, all right, today's assignment, click on 3 links today, log into your back office, click on 3 links a day, and we're going to do this every day for the month. And I'll know if you don't. I will know if you don't. And because that's how they're going to learn. They're going to learn how to navigate the back office, and they're going to have questions for you. If they're clicking on 3 links a day, when you talk to them a couple times a week, which you should, just like Coach Seymour does, he talks to his new people. Coach Tina talks to her new people. She recognizes her new people. Sydney talks to and recognizes her new people. Coach Seymour always talks to and recognizes his new people. Miss Charlotte is talking to all of her people and her people's people. That's even smarter. So you need, if you talking to them, they're going, and if they're clicking on 3 links a day, they're going to have questions for you. I saw this link. I wasn't sure what it did. I was afraid to click it. It said direct deposit, but I didn't really know. I wanted to talk to you first. So they're going to have questions and they're going to have information for you. They're going to say, man, I didn't know we had this. I didn't know we had that. How many people have ever had a new team member who actually logs into their back office regularly, come to you even more excited the second or third day because they saw some products they wanted that they didn't even know we had? How many people has that happened to? Yeah, because you're giving them what we call strong directional leadership. Okay. When you first sponsor somebody, you have to give them strong directional leadership. Okay. They got their 20 reasons why. They're using products on a daily basis. They're clicking on 3 links a day. Number 4, they need to be watching at least 2 videos per day via YouTube or recordings that we have on the One Team, One Dream YouTube channel, or videos that you'd recommend. I recommend that they watch at least one motivational video every day. You can go to YouTube and just type in motivational video and just click one. Okay. They need the hype, they need the rah-rah, they need that emotional stuff to keep them from quitting and keep them in the game. Okay. That's one of the most valuable tools you have is YouTube. Okay. So your new team members, y'all too, everybody needs to be watching at least one motivational video per day. I've seen thousands of them. I don't know if there's a motivational video on YouTube I haven't seen yet. I don't know if one exists. Okay. The other thing that I recommend video that they watch is a video on either products, product ingredients, or network marketing skills, like a Big Al video or a video that you as a sponsor recommend to them. Okay, because you know what's best for your new team members. We don't even know them a lot of times. You know what's best, and you have a vested interest in their success. Yeah, you can share a music video if it motivates them, but they need to be watching 2 videos a day, at least 5 or 6 days a week. And it's typically it's going to be a motivational video, some type of video with a lot of emotional engagement, even if they're very short. And then also it's going to be a video on either the HBN or Go to Sign products, like a Detox Divas recording, even if they just watch 10 or 20 minutes of the recording today and another 10 minutes tomorrow. They need to be learning about the products or the testimonial Zooms that Coach Marcus has on Mondays, which are amazing. They can watch 10 or 20 minutes of that today, another 10 or 20 tomorrow, but they need to be getting some type of stuff in. And video is good because it's feeding them visually and audibly at the same time. Okay. And when they watch those videos, especially Coach Marcus's Monday night call and the Detox Divas Thursday calls, people end up buying more product. It's strange, but the more education that people get on these products from third parties, okay, from third parties, like when they watch Coach Tina and Coach Kim on a Detox Divas and all the guests they have, and they watch all of these amazing testimonials, they will buy more product as they learn how special these products really are, and as they learn more about Alexandria Brighton. And the last thing I'd recommend they do, and this is for our slow starters, this is the 5th thing. The last thing I recommend they do is that they plug in at least 4 days a week. Plug in, and I'm gonna say at least 3 or 4 days a week. And what does plug in mean? It means watch some of those calls live. We have Coach Marcus Monday night. You have I'll be there Tuesday night. You have Coach Sonic on Wednesday night. You have Coach Marcus and Coach Tina and Coach Kim on Thursday night. Okay. Friday we're off. Saturday during the day we're off, and then Saturday and Sunday night we have back-to-back calls as well with Franchise Factor, and then our leadership calls. Okay, so just understand them plugging in is important. Notice none of those 5 steps was go out and talk to a bunch of people. Why? Because this is the slow group. This is the slow starter group. This is not the people who are ready to go right now and start posting and texting and working today. That's not them. This is the slow group. This is the majority of your group in the beginning. And these are things that they can do that are not scary. It's not intimidating. It's not about going talk to their friends or family and get scared. They're going to learn those skills. They are going to get so motivated, and their belief is going to go through the roof every day when they watch videos and they get motivated and they see brilliant compensation and they really understand this industry better. When they see videos on the line or cayenne pepper extract or the before and after testimonials, all of these calls that we have when people talk about how much weight they've released, and they are going to have their belief built in a safe environment, okay? So that when they do go out into the world to build the business, they'll be almost bulletproof, and nobody will be able to tell them a scam is a scheme. They can do hot market early too, though. They can also do hot market. We won't train on that tonight, but they can make some money quickly if safely, if they want to work hot market early. But my point is, when you build their belief with the 5 activities that I just talked about, and you build their belief their first couple of weeks in the business, when they do feel comfortable enough to get up under your tutelage and lock arms with you and go out into the marketplace to make the magic happen, they are going to feel bulletproof. If someone says it's a scam, no, it's not a scam. I've been on the Zoom. I've talked to this guy back and forth. I added him on Facebook. His name's Marcus Jones. He's made millions and millions of dollars in network marketing, and he lives in Vegas, and he's still got a full-time job. I talked to this young lady the other day on a part of the Zoom when they unmuted it and they let all us ask questions. When I asked this young lady named, they call her Coach Rose, Coach Tina Rose Human, and she's made over $250,000, and she just bought a bunch of land and bought a tractor, and her and her husband are living the life of their dreams. And I went and looked her up on Facebook to make sure it's real. She is solid. So no, I don't know what you're talking about, broke roommate. I know people who are succeeding and winning at this business. And if you tell me it's not real or it's fake, I just don't believe you. You just haven't seen what I see. But they told me I only need to get 2 people to build the business with me. You just not one of my 2. Thank you for your time. And next. And they're going to get that real positive energy, and they're going to get that posture. But you have to work with them in the beginning with the intention that you're getting them from A to B with these little easy activities, 3 links a day, watch a video. This is simple stuff, but you're planting the seeds of belief, okay, and confidence in what it is we're doing, all right? So hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to close the call out. I did promise y'all we do some HBN math tonight, all right? So get your paper and pens out. Let's do some HBN math. We did go to Sana the other night. It was super fun. HBN math is not that different, which is why I told you if you understand GoDasana math and how to calculate your check with GoDasana, HBN is going to be a lot easier for you. So put a 1 in the chat if you understand the formulas we used the other day of how to calculate your check with GoDasana, why it's so important to be able to make $50 a week. We gave you all of the breakdowns. 150,000 in volume is your goal. Let's talk about HBN. So if you want, and this is all about knowing the score. So if you want to calculate the check amount that you want HBN, it's a very simple formula. We're going to use $10,000 a month. Well, why? Well, because it's very doable for you here with either company or both. Now, when you can use the same formula for 1,000 a month or 5,000 a month, but if you're going, let's go big, right? 10,000, why not? So you take $10,000, put that in your little calculator, and with HBN, we're going to assume that you're at 100 BV because that's where all the money is, obviously. So we're going to take 10,000 and you're going to divide that by 24. So for the people who are playing along, you put $10,000 in, 10,000 in your calculator, divided by 24, which is the amount of dollars that you make per cycle. We'll talk about what that is in a second. What number do you get? Okay, thank you. Miriam, 416.6. So we'll just call it 416 for easy math. Now, the rest of the HBN formula is you're going to take whatever number of cycles you got, in this case is 416, and then you're going to multiply it by 400 and you equal that, and that's going to be your volume amount. So from the top, if you want to make $10,000 a month, you're going to put $10,000 in, you're going to divide that by 24, you're going to take that total, which in this case is 416, and you're going to multiply it by 400, and it's going to get you an amount of volume. Okay, so the volume is 166,400, and that'll get you $10,000 a month. But wait, that's just in the HBN binary if you're building 2x2. HBN's got star bonus. HBN's got fast start. HBN's got unilevel. HBN's got check match. If you add all of that stuff in, your check is even bigger. You don't need 166,000 in volume to make $10,000 a month with HBN. You need about 150,000 in volume. Okay, you need 150,000 in volume. Now, Does that number sound familiar to anybody? And it's got to be on 75,000 on this leg, 75,000 on the other leg. But because you should be building 2x2 with structure, like we've been teaching you for years, that part will take care of itself. All right. So even if you wanted to do like I said, we're just using $10,000 a month for easy math. 10,000 divided by 24, you take that total, which in this case is 416. You multiply it times 400, and that is the amount of volume you'll need. Okay, you can round that down to 150,000 because there's so many other ways that pay on top of the binary. So I'll ask you again, does the number 150,000 in monthly volume sound familiar to anybody? Okay, it should, because it's the same volume amount for Go Desana. It's the same play. Okay, so let's see who remembers. I want you to number your paper down from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're not even going to go any lower than that. Although at HBN, we could technically go down to infinity, but we don't need to do that right now. We're just going to go 5 levels deep, because if you're clicking on 3 links a day, you've seen the HBN star grid in your back office, and that is how you track your path to $10,000 a month. So we are going to look at our star grid, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels, and how many people would be on your first level in an ideal scenario if you sponsored 2 people at 100 CV. How many people would be on your first level? This is not difficult. This is not a trick question. On number 2, how many people would be on your second level? Yes, 4 people to be on your second level. Here's a tough question. How many people would be on your third level? Oh, shocker, 8. And on your fourth level, finish it out. Y'all going strong. Finish it out. 16. Thank you. And last one, I don't need to say it. There it is. Thank you. So the total number of people in your first 5 levels with the HBN binary, if you're building it using the best system on earth, if you're building it 2x2 at 100 CV, your total organization will be 62 people plus you. That equals 63. Okay, so you have a team of 63 people. Now here's my question. You have a team of 63 people. How many people did you sponsor personally out of that group? 2. All right. So now, if you know that it takes 150,000 in volume to make $10,000 a month at HBN, you don't have to make 150,000 yourself. You can simply set a goal for yourself, and once you achieve that goal, you set that goal for everyone else. So what is 150,000 divided by 63? Because you got 63 people, all right? You know you need 150,000 in total organizational volume. So if you divide 150,000 in volume by 63 people, people are responsible for about 20, it's 2380, but we're going to round it up, get a little extra in there, about 2,500 in volume apiece for the month. So my question is, let's calculate the HBN binary check based on you personally generating 2,500 in volume. All right, this is how you determine an HBN check. We used a formula on how to figure out how much volume we need. Now we're going to use a formula to determine how big our check will be in the binary based on this amount of volume. So if you have 2,500 in volume, you're going to divide that by 400. Okay, this is how you calculate HBN binary checks. You take however much total volume you have, assuming it's balanced because you're building properly. So you have 2,500 in volume. I want you to divide that by 400. That's going to give you 6.25. Okay, 6.25 is what it'll give you. And then you're going to multiply 6.25 times, who knows it? Who knows it? Who's been paying attention for 6 months? Let's see. You're going to multiply 6.25 times what? Don't answer, Coach Marcus. Coach Seymour, I should have told you don't answer either. All right, it's 24, because that's the amount of your cycle payout if you're at 100 CV. If you're at 99 CV, 24 is not your cycles payout. It's 16, okay? So you're going to take 2,500 in volume. You're going to divide that by 400. That gives you 6.25. That's how many cycles you have. And then you're going to multiply 6.25 by 24. What do you get? What do you get when you do that? Oh, wow, 150 bucks in the binary. Does that $150 sound familiar at all? Does that sound really similar to the Go Designer pay plan? This is interesting. It's almost as if the same person who designed one company pay plan designed the other company pay plan. It's amazing. Wow. Now, it's $150 in the binary. We know because of Unilevel, a little check match, some fast start or star bonus. Let's get it up to 200. Okay. So we know in order to build a $10,000 a month income at HBN, you're going to need a team of 63 people that are all making about 150 to 200 bucks a month. Now, how many people here have made 200 bucks a month in HBN? Let me just see. How many people have ever made $200 in a month? Boy, I wish the people on the recording could see this chat lighten up. Keep going. Let me know if you ever made $200 or more in a month with HBN. Let me as we wrap up the call, let me drop a truth bomb on you right quick. Let me drop a truth bomb on you. If this is making sense, put a 1 in the chat. If the basic math, and you might need to watch this call 2 or 3 times to get it down. Watch this recording once if you're curious, twice if you're serious, and do the math and pause and rewind when you need to until you know this stuff so good you can't get it wrong. Okay? Let me drop a truth bomb on you. If you have ever earned even just 200 a month in HBN commissions, you've officially unlocked something powerful. Because at that point, you're not just making money. You're holding a blueprint. You just didn't know you were holding it. You didn't know you qualified. You're holding a blueprint. And you're no longer guessing. You got the math now, maybe for the first time. This is, you've proven that it works. And here's the kicker. What you can repeat, you can teach. If you've made $200 in a month with HBN once, even twice, what you repeat, you can teach. Okay? What you duplicate, which y'all have already done this a bunch of times, you can lead with. I just need to show people how to make 200 a month, $50 a week. If I can teach somebody how to make $50 a week in network marketing, and I just duplicate that, I'm gonna be at an additional $10,000 a month on top the X amount I already make with these companies. You already qualify to do this. Stop waiting for some mythical diamond rank or some mythical 10,000 or 5,000 a month, 3 months in a row. Stop waiting for the mythical stuff before you step into leadership. If you ever hit $200 a month, you already know, you already got the degree, you already qualify to teach other people how to cash in. You just got to get good at that. Get good at that one thing. How many people can you help make $50 a week in network marketing? You've already done it. Ain't no need to be scared. You got the results, and the results create authority. I'm gonna say that again. You already have the results, and the results create authority. You have the results, and the results create authority. Duplication creates legacy, and you've already started both. Okay, so the next time that you reach out to someone to train or even to prospect them, have the intention before you even start the conversation or the text message exchange. Have the intention first, set the atmosphere spiritually and energetically. You know what? Before I even reach out to this person or before I even follow up with this person, I'm going to help this person get to $200 a month. Surely I can do that. Surely I can do that. I'm going to help this person get their products free. That's about 150, little spending money on us. I'm gonna get them to 200 bucks a month. And when you help 10 people get to 200 bucks a month, you're already at 2,000 a month. You didn't notice it. You see, you just have to help people do the things that you've already done. You don't have to get on the internet and lie like these other companies are doing. You can make $2,700 a week without recruiting. They don't even do that. They haven't made 2,700 bucks total, probably in their career, but they're being told to do this type of silly, untrue stuff. Here, we're always going to lead with authenticity. We're going to lead with integrity, even when it hurts. Even when you might think, man, it'd be so much easier if I can just tell them that I make X. Nope, 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 nope. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. That's why our company is still open. That is why our leadership team has been here since 2019 and we ain't going nowhere. You build it with integrity. You build it the right way. And with full transparency, the only reason I can tell you that is because I've been at companies in the past when that's what we were taught to do. And I was like, that doesn't really feel right, but you telling me to do it, I'm gonna do it. It's a terrible idea. So by the time we get to this point in our career, I know Coach Marcus said this for sure. I know Coach Teen and Coach Kim think this as well. Coach Seymour was here before me. I know he believes it. This is a place where you come to do it right. HBN and Go to Sound, Green Organics family of companies, it's a place where you come in with a clean slate. You plant a flag. You don't have to be a company jumper. You don't have to embellish and tell no crazy stories about nothing that didn't even happen. And if it did, it's so rare, it's never going to happen to them. You don't have to do any of that type of stuff. This is a place you can build safe. The products are going to do what they need to do. The company is going to keep the doors open, and Paula's going to run a tight ship, period, point blank in the store. All right. So that being said, I appreciate y'all. We had a little bit more to cover. We'll catch you next week. And for the people, so thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you, Coach Marcus. Thank you, Miriam. That is it for our recording. We will see y'all on the next one. And ladies and gents, the dozen or so of you who qualified for the private training, let's kick it off at about in about 10 minutes at 9:10. I'll give y'all a chance to get a little break, get refreshed and set up. And also thank you to Sydney Brown, because them notes are saving lives. People tell me all the time the notes that Sydney takes are helping people so much to keep track of everything going on. All right. So I will see y'all on the private Zoom that Coach Mark, that link, the new link. I will see y'all there at 10 after 9 Central Time. Thank y'all so much. And we will see y'all tomorrow night. Coach Sonic's training is, I think, at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time. And then Thursday, you got Coach Marcus, Coach Kim, and Coach Tina. And back to back to back, the most exciting nights in network marketing is Thursday nights. We'll see y'all then. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. And I will see y'all in Nashville.